Okay, so that really isn't me in the picture. You, me, my wife, we're all probably equally disappointed about that. So, for better or worse, I'm the real Dr. Labello, your instructor in General Introductory Psychology. You've registered for an online class, and I want this to be the best class you've had, whether online or in a traditional classroom environment. This is a brief video to help get you oriented to our Blackboard pages and to the class. Think of it as a video syllabus. You'll still need the real printed syllabus, but hopefully this helps too. We'll kick this off with a little tour of our Blackboard pages. I apologize if this starts out a little elementary for some of you. I know not everybody's an incoming freshman, but the best way to get to Blackboard, at least starting out, is to go to the MyAUM portal and log in. If you haven't done this before, now you'll simply need your AUM username and then your password. Then you click on the orange login button and it will take you to a page that looks something like this. On the left-hand side of this page, you'll see a list of menu options, and about the fifth one down says Blackboard. You should click on the link for Blackboard, and it'll take you to your Blackboard pages. My Blackboard environment probably looks a little different from yours, but that's okay. We have in common the stuff that's important to you going through this class. So I have a long list of courses there where you might see only 4 or 5. You want to find the link for our class and click on it. Here it's the very top link on my list of courses. When I enter the Blackboard pages, the first thing I come to is the announcements. I'll post announcements here from time to time, but usually I'll also send the announcement out to you in the form of an email. What I want you to focus on now, however, is the sidebar on the left, and here's a close-up of that sidebar. The links on this sidebar take you to all the different sections of the course pages, and we'll be doing a little tour of those as we go along. You see the link there for the announcements page that we've already talked about. I don't do much with the course dashboard, nor do I have required discussions in this class, so we don't do anything with that. The 2 buttons we're interested in now are the course syllabus and the course content, and we'll deal with those at this point in time. So first off, let's get the syllabus. If you click on the syllabus link on the left-hand sidebar, it'll take you to this page, which really has only one link on it, and that's the syllabus link. So you want to click on that, and it will take you to the course syllabus. The course syllabus will open like this, and it's a PDF file. You can save it, you can print it. You should do both. You should read it. You should make sure you understand it. And if there's anything in there that you don't understand, please be sure to send me an email or give me a call. That part was pretty easy. Now let's take a look at the course content. I've gone back to the announcements page and I'm going to look at the left-hand sidebar again, and I'm going to find the content link, which is underneath the syllabus link, and I'm going to click on it to go to the course content. The course content page looks like this. At the very top is the course evaluation link. We won't need that until later on. Next is the Getting Started video that you're watching now. Scroll down and you'll see folders for each weekly unit of the course. Just to give you an example, I'm clicking on the folder for the first week of the class. It's the top link labeled Unit 1, History and Overview of Psychology. When we enter that folder, we find 2 links. The top link that has sort of a green shade to it is for the lecture video. There's only one lecture video for this chapter. Usually there will be 2 or more lecture videos for each unit. Clicking on the lecture video link will begin playing the lecture video. I've created some study guides for you, so let's take a look at what those are all about now. The second link in this content folder says Study Guide. Just click on it and let's see where it takes us. I've created these study guides out of the publisher-provided PowerPoint slides that go with each chapter. I've also formatted them as PDFs with places on the right where you can take notes. You're welcome to save these to your computer, print them out, and use them as you read the chapter or watch the lecture videos. However you decide to use these study guides, I hope they help you organize and prepare for tests more effectively. Next up, I'm going to explain the weekly quizzes that you'll take on Blackboard. I'm back at the announcements page. You don't have to do that, by the way. You may access the sidebar from anywhere in Blackboard. So now, focusing on the sidebar, you see a link labeled Assessment. All of the quizzes for the course will be in this folder. As I'm making this video, I haven't yet populated this folder with quizzes, but it'll be done soon. For now, I want you to notice the link that is labeled Respondus Lockdown Browser. All quizzes are administered through the Lockdown Browser. It's a means of preventing people from accessing the web to look up answers to test questions while taking a quiz. You should click on the Respondus link to install the Lockdown Browser on your computer. You will not be able to take course quizzes without the Lockdown Browser. The link will take you to the Respondus web page, and you'll have a couple of choices. On the left-hand side of the screen is a brief video explaining the Lockdown Browser and why it's used. If you like, click on the arrow to watch the video. To the right is a panel that offers you a link to the terms and conditions and a big yellow button that says Install Now. You may watch the video, read the terms and conditions, or you impulsive people just throw caution to the wind and click that big old yellow button and install Respondus on your computer. Once you do that, Respondus will place a link on your desktop, and from that point on, when you're ready to take a test in Blackboard, you simply click the Respondus link and it will take you right to our Blackboard page so you can take your quiz. We're back to the assessment folder, and I've placed a quiz link there so you'll know what to expect. The quiz link also tells you the time and date of availability for the quiz, as well as number of questions and the time limit. Click on the quiz link and it takes you to the start page. Simply click on the Begin button and get started on the quiz. Here's how the quizzes are administered during the course. All of this is explained in the course syllabus, but it's worth going over here to make sure we're all on the same page. There's one quiz per week, and quizzes are available beginning Thursday at 6 a.m. You may take the quiz any time between then and all the way until 11 p.m. Sunday night. The quizzes are timed. I usually allot about a minute per item, which is more than enough time for most students. Once you begin a quiz, you must complete it. You may not answer a few items, then log out, go watch a movie, and then come back to try to complete the test. Once you start it, you have to finish it. There are no test retakes, but I'm going to drop your lowest quiz grade. That's okay. You're welcome. Everybody likes that part of the course. Okay, now back to business. The quizzes are multiple choice, and the number of questions will vary from week to week. I generally like more questions because each one counts less. You must take the quizzes using the Respondus browser, and last but not least, these are closed book, closed note tests. Aww. I know, it's a huge bummer, but that's the rule. There are a couple of other parts of the course that I'll explain now. Prep and the Department of Psychology Learning Assessment Test. I'll start with the prep requirement. Okay, so we're back in Blackboard and we're back at our announcements page. And again, we're interested in the left-hand sidebar. You'll see the links to the prep and department assessment pages. We'll start by clicking on the prep requirement link, which takes you to this page where, among other things, you learn that PREP stands for the Psychological Research Experience Program. Clever, huh? Don't you love acronyms? Well, this page also gives you a brief explanation of PREP, the PREP deadline, and contact information for the undergraduate coordinator who manages the PREP program for our department. Scroll down the page and you'll also see some important links. The first link takes us to a page where we can get an explanation of the prep credit options. You should click on that link first. It will take you to this page where you'll find a PDF document that explains the options for earning prep credit. You should save that PDF to your computer or print it out and read it. I won't go into great detail here, but there are basically two options. You may participate in research studies in the psychology department, or there's an alternative written exercise. The written exercise option is not lengthy or difficult. I'll show it to you in a second. First, let's get some details on research participation. We're back on our links on the Prep Blackboard page, and you see a link labeled Research Study Participation. Click on that link and it takes you to this page. The Research Participation option is explained at the top, and scrolling down you'll see 3 links related to Research Study Participation. Click on the link labeled Research Study Participation Instructions. Once again, there's a document rendered in glorious PDF form that explains absolutely everything you need to know and do. Save or print out this document and read it, then simply follow the instructions. Basically, these instructions are going to explain how to register on the PREP website, which enrolls you for participation in research studies. We're back where we started with our PREP links, and the second link will take you to the AUM PREP website. Click on that link and you'll find yourself staring at this web page. There's nothing intimidating about it. Simply log in with your AUM username and password, and you'll be guided from there about what to do. One last thing about research participation. If you're 18 years old or older, you may legally consent to participate in research experiments. Say one of the psychologists up here wants to excise part of your brain in an experiment. The law says that as long as you're 18 years old, you can agree to that without asking your parents' permission. I know, being an adult is great, right? If you're not yet 18, then you must get a parent or guardian to sign the consent form before we can get our hands on you. Sadly, some parents don't share our idea of a good time, but that's the law. But if you have the right kind of parents, simply click on this link and it will take you to the parental consent form. Print it out, get a parent or guardian to sign it, bring it with you to the experiment, and we are all good to go. Okay, maybe the research participation doesn't appeal to you, or maybe you don't have time to do that, so let me explain the alternative writing assignment, the research paper option. If you go back to our PREP links, the third link is the research paper option. Click on that link and you will be carried off to this page. Once again, at the top you get a little introduction to the research paper option. Scroll down and you'll find all the links that you need. I'll walk you through each one briefly. I'll say this about the written exercise option. Professors don't have to get anyone's permission to make students write papers. Hey, simmer down. Okay, back to business. The top link takes you to the instruction page where you will find, wait for it, a PDF. Download it, read it, tape it to your refrigerator. The second link takes you to the PREP website where you have to enroll yourself if you're going to do the paper option. There's no need to explain all those steps again, but you might be asking, why must I do this if I'm not participating in experiments? Simple. This is how the undergraduate coordinator informs me that you've completed the writing assignment. That way, I can be sure to give you credit for doing the work. Back again to the links. The third link is entitled Article Abstracts and Questions. Click on it, and what do you know? There's some PDFs. There's a PDF file associated with every article option. You will pick 2 articles and write brief papers answering the questions that are on these PDF documents. So where are these articles? I'm glad you asked. Just go back to the links page, and the last of our links is a folder labeled Research Articles. Click on that link and it takes you to this page, which has 6 links. Each of these links takes you to a different article. These links are for the first 2 articles. Now you only have to write up 2 articles, but there are 6 choices. The topics are interesting. This one is about substance use by college students, something that doesn't happen at AUM. And this one has to do with sleeping and dreaming, something that does happen at AUM, and I know it does because I've seen students do it sometimes in classes. That was so much fun, let's recap it. You must earn 2 prep credits. These credits may be earned either by participating in research or by the alternate writing assignment. Whichever you choose, you must register on the prep website so that I'll be notified that you've earned the credits. If you do the papers, you'll submit them through Turnitin. So do not plagiarize, copy, cut and paste, whatever you call it. Don't do it. Turnitin.com is very smart and will catch you. Plagiarism means no credit for the assignment. Finally, the prep assignment has a drop-dead deadline. If it isn't completed on time, there's no option for making it up. I do not control this, so appealing to me when it's too late won't fix things. My advice is take care of this as soon as possible.
Get her done.
Thank you, Larry. Well said. Okay, moving on, let's talk about the Department Learning Assessment Test. Back to the announcement page and to the left-hand sidebar. The Department Assessment link is under the Prep Requirement link. Click on it and you'll be transported to this page, which ought to have a familiar look by now. Some general information at the top, in case you forgot where you were going between that click and your arrival, and then scroll down to find some awesome and amazing links. The links are to access the instructions. I'll bet that's a PDF file there, the study guide, the lockdown browser, which you already have, and the practice test. Just for fun, let's check out that instruction link and see if there's a PDF there. Okay, so nobody can say they fooled us on that one. The instruction page there tells you everything you need to know. The important thing to know for now is that this test covers material in chapters 3, 6, 7, 9, and 12. And these are all chapters that we will cover in class. The test you take over these chapters is a 20-item multiple-choice test. Let's click on the study guide link, and there's the study guide in PDF format. What did we do before we had PDFs? This study guide will help you focus on what you need to know for the test, and it even refers you to relevant page numbers in the book. Let's not go through the Respondus installation deal all over again. Suffice to say that you'll take the test through the Respondus browser and it'll work much like the weekly quizzes. The same applies to the practice test. Everyone should take the practice test. I'm told it helps. Okay, let's review all that. The Department Learning Assessment Test covers material in chapters 3, 6, 7, 9, and 12. There are study guides and practice tests available to help you prepare. The practice test and the learning assessment test must be taken through the Respondus browser. Both tests are multiple choice and have a 20-minute time limit. The department assessment test counts toward your course grade, but the practice test does not. Some of the more clever among you are probably thinking, that means I don't have to take the practice test. And you're right about that. But I'll go ahead and say it. If you don't take the practice test, you're kind of a knucklehead. Finally, this is scheduled to take place near the end of the semester, and you don't really need to worry too much about it right now. You can check the course calendar for the deadline, and we'll give you a reminder long before then. Let's imagine that seeing me on video and talking to me on the phone or email just isn't enough for you. It's just not. I will give you some directions on how to physically locate me, But first, here's all of my contact information. This is also plastered on the syllabus, but I have it here for you too. I'm going to approach this as if you're brand new to campus. This is the beautiful main entrance to AUM on Taylor Road. There are other entrances to campus, but this is the most prominent. Drive in there and find a place to park. To get oriented, you'll need a landmark. The library tower will serve this purpose well, as it's the tallest building on campus. To find the library tower, look up. Once you spot it, head towards it. As you approach the tower, look to your right, and you'll see a less prominent building. It's a 3-story sort of modern design that is named Goodwin Hall. I'm in there. In fact, that red arrow is pointing to my office window. If you'd like to see me, but don't want to bother coming up the stairs, you can stand under my window and yell really loud, and maybe I'll hear you. Or you could try to get my attention by tossing a small, non-lethal pebble at the window glass. Come into the building at the entrance that faces the Taylor Student Center. You'll see these big, heavy gray doors. Muster your courage to walk through those doors and up the stairwell. You'll go through 2 more of those big gray doors, and as you emerge on the 2nd floor, you'll see this very attractive sign that has a lot of outdated information on it. But it is correct in one important detail. It tells you to hang a left to get to the psychology department, which is the only reason you're here after all. The psychology department is the first office door on the left, 210 Goodwin Hall. Come in through that door and you'll be in the office suite. See that door that's straight ahead? You should walk toward that door, but a few paces before your momentum carries you smack into that door, you should stop and look to your right. You'll see this hallway. You've almost found me. My office is down that hallway. Come down that hallway until you see this door that has my name on it, 210F Goodwin Hall. If that door is open, I'm probably in there, and you can come on in. If you see this guy sitting there, that's not me. He sits in my chair for me when I'm gone, so that my dean and department head think I'm in there working. So far, they haven't noticed anything odd. I'm not sure if that says more about me or them. This is closer to what the real me looks like. It looks like here I'm in a pretty good mood too. Hey, maybe I'll be in a good mood when you come by. Okay, we've covered enough for now. Get the course syllabus, read it, and let me know if you have any questions. I know we're all going to have a great semester. You'll be seeing me on Blackboard, but don't be a stranger. Come see me or stop me in the hall and say hello and introduce yourself. I like meeting the students in this class. Good luck with this semester. Bye for now.